Hello, another Craviotto this time. This is one of the ones that I actually, I suppose, one of the ones I don't use as often for reasons which may become apparent in a second. Um, this is another one that I got from Tom Meadows, who I've previously commented on. But for those of you who haven't seen any of those other videos, Tom's actually Kylie's drummer. I've known Tom for a few years. He's a great player. He's a great guy. Very into his drums, as he should be. But he sort of has contacted me over the years about stuff that he's letting go, Craviotto stuff particularly. And I think I was at work actually one day, and he texted me to just say I've got a 14 by 8 that I'm not playing anymore, and would I be interested? So I met him up at his lockup, and I actually went looking for. He told me it was a 14 by 8, and I went looking to see if I could find just I suppose a little preview for myself, and consequently saw him playing a 14 by 8, which wasn't the drummer I subsequently was presented with when I met him a couple of days later. But anyway, the drum is this one, which is, if I can just get that out of the light, this is a 14 by 8 Poplar, which is a sort of, it's almost a sort of bamboo colour, I think. But it's a 14 by 8, obviously, as I said. It's also got the Craviotto wood hoops on it as well. So I think in all, this is probably, to put it in a snare basket, it's about 14 by 11. It is huge. It almost looks like a marching drum, an old marching drum. Alternatively, a very small bass drum. If I mounted it there. It's got all the standard Craviotto features. As I said, wood hoops. You've got the long, sort of extended diamond tube hoops there. My favourite strain are the Trick GS007. The Craviotto butt plate. Craviotto wires on the bottom. It's still got the Craviotto logo head on the bottom, so the Remo head on the bottom there. Tom's actually an Aquarian endorser, so this has still got the Aquarian head on it, and that bit of gaffer tape that I put on there was just to dumb it down a little bit. Yeah, I suppose it's not the highest of tunings. I've got a couple of 14 by 8s. The other one actually is a Craviotto as well, and I had many years ago. I had a Tama brass 14 by 8 as well, which I sold because I could never get sound out of it that I liked, and I like this one actually. It's got, it's a kind of I suppose a more one-dimensional sound. If you want to go for the big sort of Steve Jordan dead splodge sort of sound, this is probably the sort of thing that you want to be looking at. A nice deep drum with some gaffer tape or something on it. The other 14 by 8 drum which I've got, as I said, is another Craviotto. I'll do another quick video on that. That's actually a hybrid, so it's got 3 woods on it, which it looks pretty cool. I think maybe it's just me and I don't get on so well with Aquarian heads. I think that's got an Aquarian top and bottom. I've always really used Remos with the occasional Weathens. It may sound, or that other one may sound better if I put a Remo on it to my ear. I couldn't really get the sound out of it that I liked. Which is subsequently why I don't use it very often. But that one I do like. I've only got one snare stand that will actually fit it because I don't sit very high and everything else doesn't go low enough. So that will only sit in one snare stand, which I think is down there. I will do a quick sound file and a spin with the video so you can see. there's not sort of too much to it really. It's got rounded edges on it. I think it's the baseball bat edge actually. It's a 2012 drum with re-rings, 8 lugs. But as I said, it's actually like the Acrolite I've done recently. It's actually a very light drum, so that's holding it up with my little finger. So it's actually, despite the size, it's actually very light, and you know, obviously the wood hoops as well. So it's a very light drum, quite a sort of a dark sound that Poplar's got. That's sort of quite dark sounding, and the I can't remember if I've ever directly recorded it. So that'll be a fun one to actually do in a minute with the sound file. So anyway, hopefully you'll enjoy that. If you haven't subscribed already and you're watching on YouTube, please feel free to do that, leave a comment or anything else, questions, whatever. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.